Hi, good morning, and welcome to Atlanta Business Radio. This is your guest host, Chichi Okizi. I'm subbing in for Lee Cantor and Amy Otto, and I'm very excited about my debut on the radio airwaves, and I have a great show lined up, and I'm super excited. It's going to be entitled Entrepreneur Authors, and I have my guest with me, Mr. Chris Cooper from Execute Your Passion, LLC, as well as Miss Kim Boehm of Wow Publishing. And yours truly will be wrapping up the show talking about how entrepreneur authors can market and network their masterpiece and literary creations. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I would like to introduce my first guest, who I was able to meet through networking, a good friend of mine, William Bryant. So big shout outs to William. But today we're going to be speaking with Mr. Chris Cooper, founder and CEO of Execute Your Passion, LLC, who has recently published a book called Achieve Your Dreams, 26 Quick Keys to Succeed in Life. How are you doing this morning, Chris?
I am super fantastic.
Great. Excellent. I always love your energy and enthusiasm and excitement.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yes, it is definitely a good thing, especially for the airwaves. So, Chris, please tell our listeners, our audience, about this exciting book, which I did get a chance to read. Give us a summary of your book, if you don't mind.
Okay. Well, first of all, the book is called Achieve Your Dreams, 26 Quick Keys to Succeed in Life. Now, quick was not meant to be a word used to be a negative connotation of a get-rich-quick scheme or anything like that. But I realized that people are very busy. They don't have a lot of time to read 400-page novels. So what I did is I put together a book based on a poem that I always do called the Achieve Your Dreams poem. And it's really funny because I was working on another book, and it was a long autobiography all about Chris Cooper, which was great and wonderful. But if you don't know me, why would you read it? Okay. So I understand the number one thing that I tell any aspiring author or anybody else that wants to actually even go into entrepreneurship and things like that is to give people what they ask for, not what you think they need. And once I actually listened to the voice of my customer, and they said, Chris, we want the poem, I said, bingo, write a book about the poem. So basically it goes all the way from A, which is avoid negative people, places, and things, all the way through Z, which is zero in for your target and go for it. And each section or chapter of the book is broken down into just a 1 or 2 page synopsis, all about a story, my story, someone else's story, something motivational, something inspiring. And then I give them an opportunity to actually write how they're going to apply that particular principle in their lives. And I don't call it a workbook. People hate the word work, so it's an action guide.
Action guide. Okay. I like that. And I'm also excited about the key word that you mentioned here, principle. A friend of mine and I, we started a book club, and we were reading The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. And this is a very much dated book, maybe 30, 40 years ago. But if you walk into any book retail store, you'll see his book on the shelves. And that's pretty much because of the principles that he applies in the book that kind of transfers over time. And as I was reading your book, I could see a lot of these type of principles. So, I'm hoping that 20, 30 years from now, your books will be on the shelves and people can still read it and use it and apply it. Who is your main target audience for this particular book, Chris?
Actually, originally, it's funny, it shifted.
Okay.
I originally wrote it for busy people, busy working professionals, someone who didn't have a lot of time. As I said, the book is actually under 100 pages, 96 to be exact.
Okay.
Because for some reason, we get a sense of accomplishment when we finish a book. Say, I've actually finished it. Think about the last book that you read, which is mine. I know it's great.
Right.
But outside of that, generally, people have these very long novels, and they just don't have a chance to get through them because life is busy, your family, all different types of things are going on, and you just can't stop everything. So the actual target audience are busy professionals. The other thing that, segment of the market that really loved and took to the book are college students and also high school students and anybody in between. So this is an excellent project. As I said, it's my first literary debut. I was very excited about it. People got on me so much. Chris, you got to write a book. You have to write a book. And it's very important that any aspiring author actually gets a book done because of the fact that, as I do a lot of coaching, training, speaking all over the world, literally. And I am one person. I can't be everywhere. But once I wrote this book, I can get this book across the world. And it's an amazing thing, being able to touch lives, and the testimonials and the feedback and all of the wonderful emails and phone calls and everything that I've received as a result of individuals reading the book has really touched me, and that's why I do what I do.
That's exciting. Chris, please tell us, what's your favorite chapter or section of the book?
Okay. Actually, well, it's a couple.
Okay. We can only pick one.
I know, we're going to pick one. So we're going to pick the H, which is all about hanging on to your dreams.
Okay.
And I'll paraphrase a little bit about it. And it kind of goes into exactly what's happening here politically in the United States. And I wrote about Abraham Lincoln in particular. And I talked about at age 21, he failed at business. At 22, he lost a state legislative race. At 24, he failed at his second business. At 26, he was overcome with the death of his sweetheart. At 27, he suffered a nervous breakdown. At 34, he was defeated in a congressional race. At 45, he lost in a senatorial race. At 47, he failed to become the U.S. vice president. At 49, he was defeated again for the Senate. But at age 52, he became the 16th president of the United States. And that was just amazing to me that he was able to hang on to his dreams. And then you fast forward it right now into 2008. Recently, of course, President-elect Obama just won the race. And I talk about the fact that Honest Abe's example to hang on to your dreams has indeed inspired lots of individuals. And I said, as we move to the modern day political scene, President-elect Obama now speaks about having the audacity of hope. This belief in oneself is a charge to me that we must maintain an attitude and mentality that realizes that we have everything that we need to succeed. So I ask you, who do we think that we are not to hope? I say to you, definitely hang on to your dreams.
Oh, very well written and spoken, Chris. That definitely is inspiring and very, very encouraging during this time period as well. And another interesting thing that you mentioned in your book, you always, and also on your website, you talk about people finding their passion.
Yes.
Out of the business meetings that I go to, the breakfasts, the conferences, you can't get away without hearing someone successful in business talking about how they found their passion and how that fuels them to help people and to really progress in their profession. And what are your thoughts on that?
Wow, that is such an amazing thing. Actually, the name of my company, Execute Your Passion, came from a Harvard Business School essay that I was writing when I wanted to go to grad school. And it came because they asked you, why do you need an MBA? Why do you think that you need to do this? And I said, I wanted to help people. I think initially I came out with a word like live their passion or something like that. And I said, you know what? One of my friends said, Chris, that's not strong enough. You need an action word. You need something like, I don't know, let's say execute. And I said, wow, execute. Wow, that's such a great thing. Because passion to me is fervor, fire, zeal, boundless enthusiasm and effort. It's what won't let you sleep at night and what wakes you up in the morning. And it's that burning desire. And when individuals figure out exactly what that is, and then they understand how to get paid for living, wow. Yeah. I mean, that is just a huge concept. I mean, that's what you do every day. That's what Kim does every day. That's what we all do each and every day. And because of that, it really sets the standard. And when you recognize what that passion is, what that fire that's burning inside of each and every one of us, that's why even the moniker for my company is Ignite the Fire Inside. That's what I do for my clients.
That's awesome. Well, Chris, you have to share with us something unexpected that you encountered while writing or promoting this fascinating book.
Wow, what an excellent question. Well, my book officially was released on March the 15th, 2008. And for those of you that are not necessarily, familiar with the Metro Atlanta area, for the first time, believe ever, we had over 5 tornadoes touch down on that particular day.
And I don't mean to cut you off, but that's actually the Ides of March. Did you know that?
Oh, wow, it is. They were the Ides of March. Everything was happening on that particular day. You know, I didn't even think about that.
Continue, I'm sorry.
But it was just a crazy day. I mean, literally, we saw the tornadoes march down I-20, Interstate 20. 1, 2, 3 after each other. And I said, oh, my God, I'm releasing a book release. I'm supposed to have all these people here. Oh, it's just going to be a terrible, terrible thing. But then something hit. I said, you know what? I look at this as a blessing in disguise. We had over 100 and something individuals that actually were able to come out to the book signing. It was an overwhelming, stupendous success. And in addition to it, I look at those windstorms and as those tornadoes and those cyclones and all that kind of stuff as cyclones that's going to build my success. So the winds are blowing, and now my literary work will be all across the world.
Okay, I like that. Always the positive thinker.
You've got to. You've got to find the silver lining.
Well, that's awesome. Now, you have to tell the listeners any upcoming events or activities lined up with your book.
Yes, lots of great and exciting things. One thing in particular that I definitely want to make sure, and the website was just updated. So on April the 10th, 2009, I am bringing live to Atlanta the Achieve Your Dreams College Success Tour. This is targeted at all high school, college students, parents, teachers, anybody that has an active interest in the development and success of young people. It's going to be at the Phillips Arena, right down at 1 Phillips Drive, where the Hawks and the Thrashers play. I have an awesome partnership with Phillips Arena, as well as an organization called the Economic Empowerment Initiative, and also another group called Level 10. And the focus of the event is definitely about education, financial literacy, success strategies, and community involvement. It's going to be a jam-packed event. I mean, the students are going to be participating in team-building exercises, empowerment sessions, of course, featuring me as the keynote. We're going to actually do a mini college fair so the high school students can learn about colleges and universities. We're going to do another aspect, a career fair for all the college students, and then at the end, everybody gets to participate in the Hawks versus the Indiana Pacers game. So it should be an excellent day. The website actually for that just went up yesterday. It's just achieveyourdreams.eventbrite.com. That's achieveyourdreams.event, E-V-E-N-T, Bright, BRITE.com. It's going to be an amazing event. Also, I'm going to be doing tons of stuff for Black History Month in January, and in January, a lot of professional development stuff. So please definitely go to my website, which is passion, passion.com for more information. And also, you can actually get the book on my website, and you can also get the book at the New Birth Cathedral Call to Conquer bookstore right there in Lithonia, Georgia, off of Woodrow Road.
Oh, well, that's great. I don't have to ask.
I beat you to the punch today.
Yeah, you beat me to the punch. You're making this very easy for me, Chris.
I try to be easy.
That's great. Thank you so much.